You pick up your phone and type because your brain is doing quiet math and choosing safety over spectacle. Your nervous system prefers a paced conversation where you can think before you speak, and that choice is smarter than it looks. Psychology says asynchronous messages reduce cognitive load and decision fatigue, giving your working memory the space to translate feeling into words, instead of forcing an immediate performance that often feels like social theatre. Research shows people choose text to avoid the perceived awkwardness of calls, but that avoidance is not cowardice. It is strategy. When you text, you control timing, tone, and content. You can draft, delete, and refine, which taps into executive function and verbal working memory. And that matters because your brain is optimizing for clarity, not speed. This is especially true for introverts and high-sensitivity personalities, whose reward systems and arousal thresholds favor low-pressure exchanges. Your nervous system is protecting your emotional bandwidth, and that is a form of self-care, not social failure. There is also social risk management at play. A call demands real-time emotional labor, voice inflection, and immediate reciprocity, which can spike anxiety and activate threat circuits in the amygdala. Texting lowers that activation and lets the parasympathetic system reassert control. So you respond from regulation, not reactivity. In short, texting is a tool for emotional regulation and conflict avoidance that preserves relationships rather than damages them. Texting also improves accuracy and reduces misinterpretation. When you are allowed to choose words deliberately, you reduce the chance of saying something you regret. And you create a record that helps with memory encoding and follow-up. This is why professionals and thoughtful communicators often prefer written messages for complex topics. It's not avoidance, it's precision. Finally, texting is a social signal. It communicates respect for boundaries and schedules. When you send a message, you allow the other person to respond when they are ready, which can be experienced as considerate, not cold. And when you explain your preference, you model healthy communication norms that others can adopt. Your choice becomes a template for better interactions. So if you prefer text over calls, remember this is not a flaw. It is a sophisticated social strategy your brain uses to manage energy, regulate emotion, and communicate with clarity. You are not rude, you are efficient and emotionally intelligent, and that deserves validation. If this resonated, share it with someone who texts more than they call and subscribe for more psychology insights that validate the way you think and feel.